Window light is moving slow across the floor. Coffee cooling in a cup. I keep ignoring phone face down, no vibration anymore. Just the radiator humming something boring. I can hear the street outside is gone real soft. Tires passing like a whisper on the pavement. Even time is taking off his shoes, look soft. Settling in the shadows without a statement. So I sit and watch the dust become a glow. Floating gently where the afternoon is landing. There is no emergency inside this room. Nothing tugging at my sleeve to make me hurry. Just the ordinary weight of being here in bloom. A small contentment with no need to worry. I can count the things I do not have to do. Not a list, just breathing room and gentle weather. And the silence feels like something coming true. Like a letter from a friend I haven't read yet, ever. Maybe later I'll go walk the quiet blocks, past the bakery, the laundromat at the corner. I am not arriving yet, but I am close. Like a train that's slowing at the final station. I am learning how to want what I already hold. Letting go of every restless invitation. Almost there, almost there, almost inside. Almost ready for the quiet to feel certain. Almost there, almost there. Soft lantern light. Almost home before I even pull the curtain. Almost there, never quite, and that's alright. Some things bloom when you stop trying to reach them. Almost there, never quite. Hold on tight to the ordinary moments that can teach them. Let the afternoon unspool without a sound. Let the coffee cool, let every shadow lengthen. I am almost there, I am almost found. On this slow street where the ordinary finds its strength in. Almost there, never quite, and that's enough to keep breathing, keep believing in the landing. Yeah. There's a neighbor through the wall who plays piano, just to scale a few old songs I almost recognize. And the fridge hums a familiar minor below, while the kettle on the stove begins its rise. I don't need to know what's coming down the line, don't need answers, just the texture of the present. And the way the curtain breathes against the shine, like a page turning slowly, oh so pleasant. So I write a little nothing in my notebook, watch the ink dry slow before I even close it. Maybe I was running toward a door that wasn't there. Maybe I was chasing someone else's destination. But the light inside this room is more than fair. It is patient, it is warm, it is patient. I am trading on my hurry for a chair, trading urgency for quiet conversation. Almost there, I am aware. Almost ready for this slow unhurry. Patient, patient, take my time, take my time. I declare that the ordinary is my newest destination. Almost there, never quite, and that's alright. Some things bloom when you stop trying to reach them. Almost there, never quite. Hold on tight to the ordinary moments that can teach them. Let the afternoon unspool without a sound. Let the coffee cool, let every shadow lengthen. I am almost there, I am almost found. Almost there, yeah. I am almost found there. The window caught the late afternoon. A stripe of gold across the floor. My coffee went cold while I was watching someone walk the dog past the closed door. The street outside is softer now. The neighbor's porch light coming on. I didn't chase the day or hold it, just let it leave the way it's gone. There's steam still rising from the kettle, though I poured it 10 minutes back. I think about the word returning, how some things leave and some come back. The cat is sleeping on my notebook, the pages bent beneath her weight. I find I don't mind the small disorder, the bending lines, the crooked day. The room smells faintly of the laundry I forgot to take out of the drum. My phone is face down on the counter, its little notifications So this is where the quiet lands, between the inhale and the hum. Not lost, not found, just simply standing in the room where I become a softer kind of ordinary, a slower kind of glow. The light is patient, I am patient, the evening takes it slow. Almost there, almost there, almost home, almost home, almost home, almost home. I keep my hands open on the table, I let the evening come. Almost there, almost there, almost home, almost home, almost home. The cup is empty but I am full, the silence is my own. Almost there, almost there, almost home, almost home, almost home, almost home. A car goes by with its headlights on. The trees are dripping from the rain. I trace a circle on the foggy glass. I write a letter with no name. My mother used to fold the towels in thirds before she went to bed. I do the same now without thinking. The muscle memory she left. The fridge is humming in the corner. The clock is ticking down the hall. I recognize the way this hour answers when I gently call. So breathe it in the way the lamplight settles on the wooden chair. There's nothing left for me to figure. There's nothing left to spare. Just this, just now, just one more evening, just one more cup, just one more song. Almost there, almost there, almost home. The quiet isn't wrong, it isn't wrong. It isn't wrong, I'm where I belong. Almost there, almost there, almost home, almost home, almost home, almost home. I keep my hands open on the table. I let the evening come. Almost there, almost there, almost home, almost home, almost home. The cup is empty, but I am full. The silence is my own. Almost there, almost there, almost home, almost home, almost home, almost home. The street outside is softer now. My coffee's cold, but I don't mind. I'm sitting with the ordinary, unblinded. Almost there, almost there, almost home, almost home, almost home. Almost home, almost there, almost there, almost home. Almost there, almost there, almost home. The morning light is leaning on the wall. A coffee cup sits where I left it yesterday, still holding the shape of a slow afternoon. And the room is quiet in a comfortable way, like it knows I'm not rushing anywhere. Steam rises soft from the rim of the mug, curling like a thought I haven't finished yet. And outside the street has gone gentle again, the kind of soft that doesn't ask you a thing. I trace the grain of wood under my thumb. A record spins low from across the room, and the air feels heavier with what I won't say. The kind of weight that hums instead of pulls. My shoulders find the back of the chair, breathing in through my nose and out through the floor. And the city outside is a slow blue hum, a frequency I no longer try to tune. I'm not lost, I'm just not quite right. I'm not broken, I'm just rearranged in the distance between where I am and where feels shorter on a day like today. Almost there, almost there, almost home. Let me sit a little longer in the glow. Almost there, almost there, almost home, almost home, almost home. I keep my hands open on the table, letting the day arrive at its own pace. Almost there, almost there, almost home. The door is open and the lock's not broken. I don't need to sprint toward the doorway, I just wanna feel the floor beneath me. Almost there, almost there, almost home. And that is more than enough for now. There's a notebook on the counter I keep meaning to open, a list of small intentions I never check off. But the lamp is warm and the kettle hums a chord, and somehow nothing feels like it is missing. I scroll through faces that I haven't called, not out of anger, just out of honest fatigue. And I close the phone with the gentle kind of grace, the kind you learn when you stop chasing urgency. Maybe home is not a pin you drop on a map. Maybe home is just a softer chair, a song that knows the shape of your breathing, a light that stays even when you leave the room. I'm not at the door yet, but I'm closer than I was. The hallway is long, but the air is kind. And if I arrive a little later than planned, I will still know the color of my own wall. Almost there, almost there, almost home, almost home, almost home. I keep my hands open on the table, letting the day arrive at its own pace. Almost there, almost there, almost home. The door is open and the lock's not broken. I don't need to sprint toward the doorway. I just wanna feel the floor beneath me. Almost there, almost there, almost home. And that is more than enough for now. The coffee goes cold and I don't mind it. The light moves an inch across the page, and I stay a little longer in the stillness. Still on my way, still on my way. Almost home. The kettle clicks off in the kitchen, steam drifting slow against the wall. I count the tiles again this morning, same small squares. I've come to know the light outside is thin and silver. The street is gone soft as it always does. I sit here barefoot on the wood floor, watching dust move through the sun. There's a note I keep meaning to send, a name I'm still learning to pronounce. I fold the paper twice and set it down. Tell myself I'll do it after this. The radio hums something half familiar, a voice I almost recognize, and the room feels wide and open like a sentence I haven't finished yet. I'm not lost, I'm not far, just taking the long way through, letting each minute arrive the way rain learns a window, slow and sure, without asking where to land. Almost there, never quite, and that's alright, that's alright. I breathe in, I breathe out, I let the moment hold me light. Almost there, never quite, still becoming, still in time. The road is long, the road is kind, and I'm almost, almost, almost there. Never quite, and I am fine. A neighbor waves from across the fence, just a small lift of a hand today. I nod back without speaking, and somehow that feels like enough. The laundry turns slow in the machine, the shirt I forgot I owned. I pour another cup and watch the steam rise like a question I don't need to answer. Maybe growing up is just this learning to sit with the in-between. Not every door needs to be open, not every thought needs to be clean. I close my eyes for a few seconds, let the silence do what it does. And when I open them, the light has moved just a little, just enough. Almost there, never quite, and that's alright, that's alright. I breathe in, I breathe out, I let the moment hold me light. Almost there, never quite, still becoming, still in time. The road is long, the road is kind, and I'm almost, almost, almost there. Never quite, and I am fine. Yes, I am fine. The cup goes cool beside my hand. The afternoon folds into gray. I don't reach for anything, I just stay, still on my way. Ooh, still on my way. Almost home. The kettle clicks out by the window pane, a thin line of steam drifting like a thought. I left my phone face down, face up again, just trying not to feel the things I are. A neighbor walks past with a grocery bag. The street light flickers on but does not care. I trace a small circle in the fogged up glass and whisper something softer than a prayer. My tea is half cooling on a wooden tray, the kind of quiet you can almost swear. I practice saying the things I meant to say, but only when the room is empty there. My shoes by the door still hold the day. A little tired, leaning toward the wall. The mirror on the hallway says my name, but not the parts I cannot yet recall. So let the minutes lean into the light, let the dust forget the road. I have been running long enough tonight. I have been heavier than I could hold. Almost there, almost there, almost where the soft things grow. Almost there, almost there. Hands uncurling from the fight. Almost there, almost there, almost home, but not quite. The radiator hums a low patient tune, like it has learned the way to breathe with me. The curtain sways, half listening to the room, the kind of hush that doesn't set you free, but loosens something wired deep inside. A clenched up jaw, a shoulder held too tight. I set my coffee down and watch it tide, turning dark and slow into the night. If I arrive, I will not make a sound. I will leave my keys slow on the sink. If the world keeps spinning round and round, let me be the one place it can blink. I will count the cracks along the ceiling. I will let the fridge hum its lullaby. I will stop rehearsing the feeling and just let the soft hours go by. Outside is gentle now and gray. The window keeps my silhouette in view. I let my shoulders soften where they lay. Still on my way, still on my way, almost home to you. Curtains barely move inside the room. A cup on the table still holding warmth. I trace the handle like a memory. Listening to the street outside go soft. Tired headlights drawing lazy lines. My jacket hanging where I always drop it. Nothing wrong, just nothing rushing me. I let the quiet keep the lights on low. My phone lays face down beside the book. The pages folded where I left off reading. I can hear my own breath moving slowly, counting all the small things I forgot. The fridge hums a low familiar tune. Steam still rising from the mug I poured. There is no pressure sitting in this chair. No need to be anywhere but here right now. So if you wonder where my evening went, it went to noticing the light on the wall. It went to watching shadows stretch and bend. It went to breathing when I thought I'd fall. I held the moment like a steady hand, and slowly, slowly I began to land. Almost there, never quite. Almost there, never quite. I keep walking toward the warmth I recognize. The door is closed, the door is kind. I can feel you in the quiet of my mind. Almost there, I take my time. Almost home, almost home tonight. The hallway light is on but gentle now. carpet soft beneath my tired feet. I think of all the turning points I missed, the quiet ones, the ones that held the peace. A text I never sent still sits there waiting, not from her, just from a softer mood. I'll water all the plants beside the window and let tomorrow come whenever it should. I used to chase the feeling of arrival. Now I'm learning how to love the road, the way the city glows a little kinder, the way I breathe and finally feel the road. My footsteps off, my pace a little lighter, the front porch light still glowing for me still. I know the key still fits the door beside you, and that is enough, and that is enough. It will almost there, never quite, almost there, never quite. I keep walking toward a warmth I recognize. The door is closed, the door is kind. I can feel you in the quiet of my mind. Almost there, I take my time. Almost home, almost home tonight. Still, almost home, almost home tonight. The night keeps gentle watch outside the glass. I set my cup beside the lamp, still warm. My shoulders soften where they always land. Still on my way, still on my way. Almost home to you, almost home to you. Almost home to you. Almost home. The kettle clicks off in the next room, steam folding into the quiet air. I leave it for a minute, maybe two, standing by the window, combing my hair. Streetlight draws a line on the floor. Cars slow down like they're learning to wait. I set my phone down and close the door, let the hum of the fridge decide the pace. There's a notebook open on the table, a pen roll somewhere I can't see. Words I started but couldn't finish, a page that still looks a lot like me. I pour the water and watch it rise, tiny bubbles coming to the brim. Some days are honest and some are kind. Tonight feels like a quiet kind of hymn. I'm not chasing anything down, not trying to be anywhere new. Just standing here in my own house, watching the dust do what dust do. Almost home to me, almost home to me, almost home. The keys are by the door, the light is warm and low. Almost home to me, almost home. The keys are by the door, the light is warm and low. Almost home to me, almost home. A neighbor laughs through the thin wall. A dog barks twice and then gives up. I count the small things, I count them all. The steam, the silence, the half-filled cup. My jacket's still on the back of the chair. The book I started in late June. I read a line and I leave it there. Let the ending come a little soon. Maybe I've been rushing for years, maybe I've been holding too tight. Maybe love is just the years spending themselves in ordinary light. The city hums, the city breathes, I'm part of whatever I see. The window keeps the world and leaves, and the room keeps part of me. Almost home to me, almost home to me, almost home to me, almost home. The keys are by the door, the light is warm and low. Almost home to me, almost home. The keys are by the door, the light is warm and low. Almost home to me, almost home. Almost home to me. The cup is getting cold now. Almost home. almost home. I left the window open just a crack last night. The curtain moves like it is breathing on its own. The streetlight makes a slow triangle on the floor, and I am sitting here with shoes still half unlaced. A cup of tea is cooling down beside the lamp. I watch the surface as it stops its tiny shakes. The room is quiet in a way that feels like grace, like all the noise outside decided not to come. I hear a car go by and then 1,000 more, but they all sound the same, just passing through the dark. My jacket hangs still on the back of the wooden chair, like it remembers every door I walk through. I think about the way the day just slowly bent from morning golden to this deep and gentle blue. There is no rush to be a person right this second. I am just a shadow on a wall, and that is true. So I will sit a little longer in this chair. I will let the air just settle on my skin. If you are coming over, take your time, it's fine. The world can wait until the morning pulls us in. Almost there, almost there, almost there, yeah. Never quite, but I am breathing through the night. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Never quite, but every step is feeling right. I am not afraid of where the road is bending low. I am not afraid of things I do not know. Almost there, almost there. The light is on, the door is open. Take it slow. The notes I wrote today are scattered on the bed. Half-finished thoughts in blue, a line I crossed in red. I think about the friend I meant to call at 6, the one who always says the thing I need to hear. My phone is dark, the screen is cool against my palm. I press it to my chest like it could keep me warm. There is a kind of peace in things you have not done, and leaving small soft doors still open through the storm. And if I never reach the place I thought I would, I think I might be okay with where I stand. The air tonight is tasting like the rain that came, and washing every careful plan right off my hands. I close my eyes, I feel the floor beneath my feet. I hear my own heart beating in a steady rhyme. I am not lost, I am just taking the long way, and almost there is close enough for now in time. Almost there, almost there, almost there, yeah. Never quite, but I am breathing through the night. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Never quite, but every step is feeling right. I am not afraid of where the road is bending low. I am not afraid of things I do not know. Almost there, almost there. The light is on, the door is open. Take it slow. Almost home. Almost home. The light is left on, the room is warm and still. Almost home. Almost home. I let the quiet carry me where it will. The light is different when the morning starts to lean soft across the kitchen, catching steam. I hear the fridge hum low, a small familiar sound, the kind of song you stop and never write down. My shoes are by the door where I left them last night. The lace is still untied, still waiting for the light. I trace a finger through the dust upon the shelf and think about the ways I've slowly found myself. A neighbor walks her dog the same familiar route. She nods like she remembers, though she's somewhat out. The sidewalk keeps its cracks, the trees keep their sway. Nothing here is rushing, nothing drifts away. I left the window cracked to let the evening in. A breeze that smells like cut grass, warm and paper thin. My coffee's gone from hot to something I can hold. A small surrender that I don't need to be told. And I keep moving slow, letting every little thing I see just show. No need to hold it tighter than I should. It stays with me, it stays with me. the way a habit could. Almost there, never quite, but I'm breathing through the late and easy night. Almost there, never quite, and the lamp is on, the door is out of sight. Almost there, almost there, almost there, and I don't care. Almost there, never quite, but I'm standing in a kind of gentle light. My notebook's open to a page I didn't fill, the pencil resting in the margin very still. I think about a sentence that I started twice, and how the second time it sounded twice as nice. The radio is low, a voice I half recognize, singing something patient underneath the skies. I wonder where the day went, how it slipped from view, but I don't chase the answer, I just let it move. Almost home, almost home, almost home. I let the quiet carry me where it will. The street is gone soft like a photograph, and every single second feels the half of what it has. I don't need to finish what I start, sometimes the leaving is the better part. Almost there, never quite, but I'm breathing through the late and easy night. Almost there, never quite, and the lamp is on, the door is out of sight. Almost there, almost there, almost there, and I don't care. Almost there, never quite, and I'm learning how to hold the gentle light. Almost home, almost home, almost home. Let the quiet carry me where it will. Almost home, almost home. Softly, slowly, standing still. The window caught a quieter light, the kind that makes the ceiling seem far. Steam is curling off my cup, a slow parade of silver stars. I counted every crack I see, the ones the walls have held for years. You taught me how to wait like this, with something gentle for my fears. The street outside has gone to gray, a cat walks off beneath the cars. A neighbor hums a half-heard song, the same as yours but from afar. I press my thumb against the rim, I feel the warmth but not the burn. Some things arrive without a sound, and some without a need to turn. I do not rush, I do not run. The day is long, the sky is one. A breath in, a breath out, letting all the worry fall. Almost there, but never quite, like a train that slows outside my door. Almost there, beneath the street light, knowing there is something more. Almost there, in every sip, in the dust upon the sill. Almost there, upon my lips, a soft impatient thrill. Almost there, but never quite, and that is where I stand. Almost there, beneath the night, a letter close to hand. The radio is turned down low, a voice like rain upon the glass. I trace the pattern of the wood, a quiet map of what will pass. Your jacket hangs behind the door, the collar's still a little turned. I wonder if you felt the shift, the way the world has gently turned. So let the minutes fold in two, let the shadows stretch and lean. I am not in a hurry now for what I have not yet seen. The clock ticks underneath the stairs, a small and stubborn kind of sound. I keep my feet upon the floor and keep my heart upon the ground. Almost there, but never quite, like a train that slows outside my door. Almost there beneath the streetlight, knowing there is something more. Almost there in every breath, in the dust upon the sill. Almost there against my chest, a soft impatient thrill. Almost there but never quite, and that is where I stand. Almost there, beneath the night, a letter close to hand. Almost home, almost home. Softly, slowly, standing still. Almost home. Morning comes in pieces through the curtain, half a sun, a stripe of gold across the floor. I haven't really moved, just listen to the fridge hum, and the way the day begins without knocking. Tea is warm in my hand, a small brown ring has stained the table again. Nothing's wrong, nothing's loud, just the room remembering how to breathe around me. There's a code I keep meaning to hang up, a message I keep meaning to send, a song that keeps finding me at the right minute. I let them wait, not because I forgot, just because today I decided to be the slowest thing in my own house. Watch the dust turn slow in the window light, let the minutes pass like trains I'm not catching. And maybe I'm not lost, maybe I'm just not in a hurry, maybe being almost there is the kind of place I can stand in for a while. Footsteps on the stairs, someone coming home, someone still going out. Both of them feel gentle, both of them feel real, almost there, never quite. And I'm learning to be okay in the in-between. The street outside is gone soft, the sky is almost pink, almost blue. Take my hand, no rush, no rush, let the hours do what they do. Almost there, almost there, and the quiet keeps holding me. I will be here when you will, softly, slowly standing still. I watched the rain sit on the window ledge, counted the small drops that didn't fall. My phone face down, screen quiet, my shoes still by the door from last night. The plant in the corner has grown toward me again, like it forgot I don't always look. I don't mind being underestimated by the things that quietly need me. If I never reached the door I was walking toward, will the walking still have counted? I think yes, I think yes. Some things live in the try, not the arrival. So I'll sit here, cup in hand, breath low, light low. Let the almost be enough for now. Let the almost be enough. Almost there, never quite, and I'm learning to be okay in the in-between. The street outside is gone soft, the sky is almost pink, almost blue. Take my hand, no rush, no rush, let the hours do what they do. Almost there, and the quiet keeps holding me. I will be here when you will, softly, slowly, always still. Softly standing still, the light is shifting now, but I will be here when you will. Almost home, softly, slowly, still. The curtain moves a little with the evening air. Dust catches light that settles everywhere. I hear the city hum below my open door, a car door closing in a little more. My tea is cooling where I left it by the sink. The steam is gone before I had a chance to think. I traced the rim with my thumb, then let it go. Watch how the quiet seems to come and slow. The street outside is softer than it used to be. The lamps come on like they were waiting just for me. A neighbor's dog is padding past the gate, a light from somewhere distant, not too late. I count the footsteps fading down the lane, the way a mind counts rainfall through a window pane. I set my phone face down and close my eyes. No need to read the news, no need for replies. I think of all the almost I have known, the rooms I nearly stayed in, the seats I never sold, the plans that folded gently into days, the half-formed words I swallowed when I could not stay. I'm learning how to let a feeling be, to sit beside a thought without demanding what it means. Almost there, almost there. I keep arriving somewhere near, not quite the door, not quite the shore, just the breath before a little more. Almost there, the road is is soft, the sky is clear. I carry what I cannot say, and that is okay. And that is okay. There's a photo on the shelf I moved 100 times. A face I love that sits between two quiet lines. I almost call then put the phone back down. I almost write then watch the screen go brown. The kettle clicks, the kitchen light is low. The kind of night that lets you take it slow. I fold the towel, I wipe the counter clean. I make a small repair where things have leaned. Maybe home is not a place you finally reach. Maybe it is the patience sitting in the peach light on the ledge. Maybe love is not a door you push and push and push. Maybe it is the windowsill, the cup, the hush. I am not behind, I am not ahead. I am the walker noticing what the evening says. So if I am almost there, I am almost there. I am almost there, and that is fair. Almost there, almost there. I keep arriving somewhere near. Not quite the door, not quite the shore. Just a breath before a little more. Almost there, almost there. The road is soft, the sky is clear. I carry what I cannot say, and that is okay. And that is okay. Almost there. The lamp is humming low. Almost there. The night is moving slow. Almost there. Let the quiet keep. Almost there. Drifting into sleep. Drifting into sleep. Woke up before the street made a sound. The blinds pulled half and the light coming down. A mug on the table, still warm from last night. A sock on the floor, a book left open wide. I stretch out my hand and I find a cool sheet. The room is so quiet, it's almost complete. No phone for an hour, no rush to begin. Just me in the dust and the small light within. The neighbor walks by with a bag full of bread. I wave through the glass like I'm still half in bed. The bus pulls away and I watch it go slow. The world keeps its promise, it doesn't need to know. I find a clean shirt and I put it on soft. I tuck in the tag and I push back the thought. There's coffee to make and a window to face. Today has the look of a friendly place. Nothing to fix, nothing to chase. Just a slow turn around in ordinary space. And if the morning asks me how I'm doing today, I'll say I'm breathing, I'm on my way. Almost there, almost there. Never quite, but I don't care. Almost there, almost there. Held in the air, held in the air. Almost there, almost there. Close enough to feel the prayer. Almost there, almost there. Soft landing, but I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Just a slow step on the stair. The afternoon hums like a fan on the wall. I wash out the mug and I let the drops fall. A text from a friend just says thinking of you. I send back a heart and a small thank you. The light on the counter has shifted an inch. The cat finds a square of the sun on the couch to pinch. I sit down beside her and don't say a thing. The house does its breathing, the clock does its ring. If I never get there, if the road keeps turning slow, I think I'll be alright with the place I already know. A hand on the railing, a step I can see. The closest I've been is the closest I'll be. And the distance feels honest, the distance feels kind. It's the space where I rest and I clear out my mind. So I'll stay in this almost, this tender, this true. And let the almost hold me the way mornings do. Almost there, almost there. Never quite, but I don't there, almost there. Breathing easy in the chair. The street gets quieter, the lantern's on. The page in the book where I left my bookmark on. Almost there. Morning in my hair. Morning in my hair. Steam from the kettle curling toward the door. Ceiling fan turning just a little bit more. Your coat's on the chair where you left it last night, folded impatient in the early daylight. I never set a trap, I never held a key. You came through the hallway as easy as can be. Not asking for reasons, not asking for proof, just humming a song as you walk on through. The streetlight outside is still glowing half on, like it forgot how to call itself dawn. The neighbor's dog slept through the whole thing again, and no one is watching the beginning or end. I sat with my hands in the lukewarm on my tea, letting you listen to the back half of me. There's no big decision that I'm trying to make, just steady like traffic on a long uphill break. And the room is so quiet I can hear myself land, both feet on the carpet, both hands in my hand. If this is the moment, if this is the door, I don't need to chase it, I don't need more. Oh, almost there, never quite. Mouth like honey, hands like a soft street light. Almost there, almost mine. Breathing beside me at a slow incline. Almost there, never quite. Close as a window on a warm summer night. Oh, I'm almost there, almost mine. Learning the patience of the slow incline. The car in the driveway hasn't moved since June. Coffee ring on the table, shaped just like the moon. A book that I started at the back of a year, holding the pages I was finding near. Sometimes the smallest thing turns into a phrase, the way that you linger when you're not sure to stay. I'm not looking for rush, I'm not chasing a line, just standing here warm while the outside unwinds. If love is a city with no edge in sight, if love is a ringing that comes soft at night, if love is a leaving you don't have to do, then I think I've been finding the whole of it too. The door doesn't close when I walk through it now, the wall doesn't mind when I don't know how. And every arriving is gentler than the last, like finding your name written in lines from the past. Oh, almost there, never quite. Mouth like honey, hands like a soft street light. Almost there, almost mine. Breathing beside me at a slow incline. Almost there, never quite. Close as a window on a warm summer night. Oh, almost there, almost mine. Trust in the patience of the slow incline. Almost mine. The road is long, but the view is kind. Almost mine. A slow incline. I left the curtains open just a crack, streetlight folding slow across the floor. The coffee went cold in my hand and I let it. I didn't need it warm. Your jacket still hangs by the door, one sleeve turns soft against the wall. I walk past it a few times a day. Don't touch it, don't let it fall. There's a quiet in between the hum, kitchen tile holding the hour. I trace the rim of the empty cup, a slow and private ritual. You said you'd call when the evening thins and the sky went bruised blue through the glass. I held the phone in my open palm, counting rings, then letting it pass. The neighbor's dog barked once and stopped a car, turned left and didn't look back. I learned the sound of your quiet by heart and the small shape that it makes. No resentment sits in my chest now, just a tiny soft as worn denim. I water the plant by the sill, and it leans toward me, easy and dim. Almost there, almost there. I can feel the edge of you in the air. A breath away, a breath away. The room keeps the shape of what I couldn't say. Almost mine, a slow incline, a slow incline. I keep my hands open, I keep them low, letting the hours come and go. Almost there, the light falls on your chair and I stare. Not reaching, not retreating, just knowing the way you hover close. Almost mine, a hand halfway out to the vine. I'm not asking, I'm not breaking, just standing in the slow wake. Tuesday came without any knock, mail stacked soft on the counter for days. I read the same page 4 times, then closed it, watched us catch the rays. A rhythm finds me without resolve, a pulse that steadies instead of climbs. I wash the cup, I dry it slow, set it back, a small shrine of mine. You text at midnight, just a period, a dot, a patient and quiet wait. I smile at the screen in the dark room, blue light soft on my face. A day almost is a room I can breathe in, almost is a door left ajar. I don't need the rush of arriving, I just like knowing where you are. The candle burned down to a pale stump, wax pulled like patience on the brass. I blew it out, then changed my mind, let the smoke curl up through the glass. No tragedy in the middle distance, no cliff edge, no dramatic fall, just a lamp, a tilted jacket, and the sound of your name down the hall. Almost mine, a slow incline, a slow incline. I keep my hands open, I keep them low, letting the hours come and go. Almost there, the light falls on your chair and I stare. Not reaching, not retreating, just knowing the way you hover close. Almost mine, a hand halfway out to the vine. I'm not asking, I'm not breaking, just standing in the slow way. Almost there. Slow, making patterns on the wooden floor. My coffee's gone a little cold, I don't mind. I'm not in a rush anymore. The street outside is quiet now, just a neighbor walking back with bags in hand. I lean against the window frame, watch the day become the kind I understand. There are messages I haven't sent, words I practiced in my head all afternoon. Nothing urgent, nothing wrong, just the feeling that I'll get to it soon. My notebook's open to a blank page, a single line that doesn't have to rhyme. I let the moment do its work, and I stay here calm and fair inside my time. Almost reaching, almost touching something real, a thread I follow without needing to reveal. The room is steady, and so am I, the kind of peace you don't have to try. Almost there, never quite, and I don't mind the in-between tonight. Almost there, never quite, the air is soft, the lamp is light. Almost there, never quite, I'm holding close what I can hold. Almost there, never quite, warm and steady, not too bold. The cat is sleeping on the chair, the radiator hums a song I've come to know. I trace a circle on the glass where my breath appears and fades and comes back slow. There's a patience in the smallest things, a cup, a book, a key left by the door. I learned the rhythm of the wait and the quiet ask for nothing more. Some nights I wonder what it means to almost have the words you meant to say. But the morning always finds me here, still myself, still walking my own way. No need to rush into a name, no need to chase what hasn't learned to stay. I sit with all the almost things and let them rest, and let them have their day. Almost there, never quite, and I don't mind the in-between tonight. Almost there, never quite, the air is soft, the lamp is light. Almost there, never quite, I'm holding close what I can hold. Almost there, never quite, warm and steady, not too bold. Almost there, window light, a slow exhale, cup on table, story left untold. Almost there, never quite, and that's enough for me to hold. Almost there, never quite, drifting, breathing, letting go. The window holds a square of afternoon. A kettle clicks, the kitchen slowly hums. I lean my chin into my open palm and watch the dust drift loose around the room. There's no announcement, nothing to forgive, just ordinary light that stays a while. My tea is cool, but I don't mind the taste. I let the day decide its gentle style. Outside the street is softened into dusk. A neighbor waves from somewhere past the pine. I hear the small recurring sound of cars, a rhythm almost steady, almost mine. My phone is face down on the wooden floor. I haven't checked the hours since the dawn. I'm not in any hurry to be known. I'm simply sitting where the quiet's drawn. I don't need a reason to remain. I don't need a map to find the door. There is something honest in the pause, like a tide that doesn't rush for sure. So I'm letting it be what it will be, letting every breath extend the air. Almost there, I whisper to myself, halfway breathing in. I'm almost there, never quite, holding soft the fading light. I am close, I am slow, where the quiet rivers flow. Let it come, let it stay. I won't run, I won't pray, just a body, just a chair. Almost there, almost there, yeah. A curtain moves because I let it breathe. A page turns over without being read. The lamp beside me hums a steady note, like something patient settled in my head. I count the ordinary things I own: a mug, a key, a sweater, and a song. The world is kind when nothing needs to change. The minutes pass and I come along. I used to chase the edges of a thought, try to land the feeling, pin it down. Now I'm learning how to sit with it, let the soft unknown wear its soft crown. If I arrive, I'll err in peace. As if I don't, I'll still be standing here with my hands, my breath, my lukewarm tea, and the street lamp slowly drawing near. Almost there, never quite, holding soft and fading light. I am close, I am slow, where the quiet rivers flow. Let it come, let it stay. I won't run, I won't pray, just a body, just a chair. Almost there, almost there, almost there. The light is low, the window holds the moon. My hands are folded gently on the wood. I'm not arriving and I'm not undone. I'm almost there, and that feels more than good. Almost there, never quite, breathing once, breathing twice, still enough, still here. Almost there, almost there. Morning comes and slugs through half-closed blinds. The bingo line across the floor. The kettle clicks, the room behind me sigh. I haven't said a word, but I know what for. The steam against the window pane. The street outside is soft and gray. I wrap my hands around a cup again, just letting the small minutes have their way. A bus pulls up 2 stops too far. A woman waves anyway. Walks on. The neighbor's radio is playing jazz. A trumpet drifting up from the lawn. I count the tiles above the sink. I count the breaths I haven't lost. There's no big thing I'm looking for today, just a steady count of what I have, not what it costs. If I'm closer now than I was before, it's only by a single step, not a leap, not a flash, not a slamming door. Just one more slow breath, kept almost there, never quite, but I'm breathing in the in-between. Almost there, holding light in a place I used to leave. Not a ride, not undone, not the girl I thought I'd be. Almost there, and the morning sun falls easy, falls on me. Almost there, never quite, and somehow that's enough tonight. There's a letter I keep folding near the lamp. I read it once but haven't thrown away. The paper's soft from where my thumb has been. The words still feel like something I could say. A friend texts just to say, thinking of you. 3 dots blinked and disappeared. Then come, I smile at the phone like it's a face I knew, and hum a little tune for no one. I'm not chasing, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm just sitting where my feet are led. The street outside hums low beneath my door. The kind of quiet that you keep instead. If you ask me where I'm going to, I'll point to where the window light lands. Not a map, not a plan, just the room I'm standing in, and the cup still warm inside my hands. Almost there, never quite, but I'm breathing in the in-between. Almost there, holding light in a place I used to love. Not a ride, not undone, not the girl I thought I'd be. Almost there, and the morning sun falls easy, falls on me. Almost there, never quite, and somehow that's enough tonight. Breathing once, breathing twice, the cup goes cool, the room goes still, the light moves slow across the floor. I let it, almost there, almost there. The window catches morning, dusty and pale. A cup on the table, the coffee gone cold. I notice the quiet, the way it sets in. The street outside softening under the rain. Nothing is broken, nothing is whole, just the room and the hour and me holding still. The chair creaks once as I shift my weight. A small sound the daylight is willing to keep. My phone stays face down for another hour. The world can wait, the world is slow. I read the same line 3 times and let it. Some things don't need to land right away. The steam from the mud curls up and is gone like a sentence I almost decided to say. There is patience in rooms that don't ask you to speak, in the breath that returns when you finally stop reaching. So I sit and I let the minutes go, I let the minutes go. Not chasing, not running, just hearing the flow, just hearing the flow. Almost there, never quite, I'm learning to live in the in-between light. Almost there, never quite, and the room is enough for tonight. The door stays closed, the window stays clear. I don't need to arrive to be here. Almost there, almost there, almost there, and I'm not scared. A neighbor walks by, I hear the soft steps. The hallway hums with a life I don't know. I trace the wood grain of the table with one finger, counting the rings like a slow kind of prayer. The afternoon folds into a longer shade. The lamp comes on without me asking it to. Some days are just days, and that is the gift. The whole afternoon offered with nothing to prove. If I never get closer, will I be okay? If the almost is all I am ever allowed, maybe the almost is the place I belong. Maybe the road is the home I have found. I set the cup down, I hear it ring soft, a small bell for a morning that didn't need more. Almost there, never quite, I'm learning to live in the in-between light. Almost there, never quite. And the room is enough for the night. The door stays closed, the window stays clear. I don't need to or right to be here. Almost there, almost there, almost there. And I'm not scared. The light moves slow across the floor. I let it. Almost there. The light moves slow across the floor. I let it. Almost there. The curtain pulls a thinner line of gold. I watch it climb the wall like it has all the time. A cup of something cooling, going cold. The phone face down the city, half asleep outside. I count the small sounds, fridge, a distant car. The way the room gets longer when you don't move. My hands are still, my shoulders come apart. And nothing here is asking me to prove. There is a street I know that has gone soft. The lamps have humming, puddles catching sky. I walked in once with you, we said enough. We let the quiet be the reason why. I think about the shape of ordinary days. The grocery list, the socks left on the stairs. No halo, no confession, just the haze of living slow, of being slightly there. Almost there, the room begins to breathe. Almost there, my chest is opening wide. If I could hold this moment underneath, I'd keep the light exactly where it lies. So close to something I can name. So close, but I won't force it, I won't change. I'm almost there, the kind of peace you don't expect to find. I'm almost there, I'm slow exhale inside my mind. The window frame is holding up the dawn. A kettle hums, a coffee cup is warm. I'm almost there, and staying here is not a kind of storm. Almost there, the evening falls into my hands. Almost there, I'm almost there, and nothing now demands. A neighbor's dog is barking far away. A plane is drawing silver through the blue. I used to want a sign to point the way, but now I'm learning quiet can be true. The books are open, spine a little bent. A pen is lying where I left it last. I'm not impatient, no, I'm not hell-bent. Just letting these unhurried moments last. If I could bottle up this slow release, this half awake, this gentle holding on, I'd pour a glass and offer it to peace, and drink it down before the light was gone. But maybe peace is just a kitchen chair, a window, a familiar kind of room. The everyday, the ordinary air, the feeling almost there, the almost bloom. I'm almost there, I'm almost there, I'm almost there. The kind of peace you don't expect to find. I'm almost there, a slow exhale inside my mind. The window frame is holding up the dawn. A kettle hums, a coffee cup is warm. I'm almost there, I'm almost there, and staying here is not a kind of storm. Almost there, the evening falls into my hands. Almost there, I'm almost there, and nothing now demands. The light moves slow across the floor. I let it, almost there. A breath, a sigh, a closing door. I let it, almost there. The street goes off, the lamps are low. I let it, almost there. Almost there, but not quite at the door. Steam coming off my cup, a slow drift to the floor. Morning light is sliding down the wooden frame. I hear the neighbor's dog start up again. Keys on the counter where I left them last night. Sweater half on, sleeve inside out, half right. The room is cool enough that I don't need to think. Just stand there for a second, let the radiator sink. There is a quiet that I don't wanna break. A line of dust across the sill, a half-made ache. I check my phone, face down, the glass still warm. A notification glows, but I don't perform. The street below is waking up in pieces too. A shop gate rolling back reveals an ordinary view. I pull the chair out, slowly let it scrape the tile. The sound is honest, low, a kind of small profile. Almost there, I keep saying it to myself. Almost there, like money on a high shelf. Almost there, but not quite in my hand. A breath in, a breath out, the simplest command. I'm almost there, I'm almost there. The coffee steam curls up and the room stands still. I'm almost there, I'm almost there. One more slow minute on the windowsill. The city wakes below the rooftops, barely gleam. I'm almost there, I'm almost there. And that's enough to call it more than a dream. Almost there, almost there. Let the morning hold me before I dare to say I finally landed somewhere. I count my steps in shoes I haven't worn in weeks. The hallway mirror shows a face I barely speak. I tie the lace untied, undo the knot I tied. A small undoing ritual, nothing left to hide. Outside a bus exhales as cycle barely turns. The world keeps making sounds I will not learn. I take my bag and stand inside the frame of light. The door is open now, the air is soft. The height is nothing I can name, just less than any flight. I don't need a verdict, I don't need a sign. Just let the hours pass in their ordinary line. Almost there could be a place or just a road. A quiet kind of promise no one else is owed. I'm tired of the rushing and the proving too. Let me be a person doing what we do. Halfway counts, halfway counts. I finally see the middle of a thing is where I get to be. I'm almost there, I'm almost there. The coffee steam has faded, the room stays cool. I'm almost there, I'm almost there. I'm letting go of every kind of rule. The city moves below me in its steady stream. I'm almost there, I'm almost there. And that's enough to call it more than a dream. Almost there, almost there. And the silence says I might already be there. The cup is cooling now beside an empty chair. The street goes soft, the lamps are low. I let it, almost there. Almost there, almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. The morning light is sliding low across the kitchen floor. My coffee sits there cooling, I don't need it anymore. The window's open just a crack, the street has gone gray. I'm standing in the quiet, I was always on my way to. There's nothing left to chase, nothing left to hold. Just me in this half-empty room before the day gets old. The breath I take is steady now, my shoulders finally clear. I've been almost there for years, I think I'm getting near. I see a shadow moving in the hallway across from mine. The neighbor's cat is sleeping where the afternoon gets thin. I'm pressing keys that don't do much, I'm reading lines again. But nothing feels like running from a feeling I can name. The clock above the doorway has decided not to race. A car door closes somewhere, then the street returns to space. I close my eyes and listen to the fridge begin its hum. I've been almost there so long I never thought I'd come. So I let the minutes fold themselves into the wall. I let the little worries lose their grip on what I call home. I let the sound of nothing be the only sound. I keep on watching, I'm not reaching, I'm just here. Almost there, but I'm okay. Right now the room is warm, the coffee's cold. I never made a vow. Almost there, the light keeps moving slow. I'm standing in a moment that I don't need to know. Almost there, the street is gone to gray. I'm breathing in the distance that I finally don't hate. Almost there, my hands are finally still. I'm learning how Pages of the book I read a wrinkle from my cup. My playlist ended 20 minutes ago, and that was enough. The phone face down beside me, no specific reason why. I let the afternoon expand like it's allowed to try. There's dust across the windowsill, I see it from the chair. It isn't asking anything, it's resting in the air. I notice things I missed before, a stain I never cleaned. I'm almost there, I'm almost there, I'm in the in-between. If I arrive tomorrow, will I know the way I came? If I arrive tomorrow, will I still feel this the same? The street outside is quieter than a sentence left half said. A breath is a beginning that doesn't need to be led. I'm not chasing any version of the person I might be. I'm just here where the late light falls on top of me. Almost there, but I'm okay right now. The room is warm, the coffee's cold, I never made a vow. Almost there, the light keeps moving slow. I'm standing in a moment that I don't need to know. Almost there, the street is gone to gray. I'm breathing in the distance that I finally don't hate. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Morning pulls a thin light through the curtain seam, a stripe of gold that lands on the edge of the sink. I stand there watching dust turn lazy in the beam, letting the kettle hum before I let myself think. The fridge gives a small sigh, the street below is slow. A neighbor's dog is sleeping on a patch of sun. I pour the water, watch the surface start to glow, and nothing in this minute needs to be undone. My phone is face down on the wood, the screen is dark, the mug I'm holding still is cooler than my hands. There's music from the hallway, someone's playing soft, a trumpet note that loosens like a loose rubber band. I walk the length of carpet just to feel the floor, and sit back down before I even know the why. The room accepts the quiet, doesn't ask for more, and I let out a long breath I've been holding by. If I could keep this hour in a pocket of my coat, I would fold the edge down soft and not let anyone know. If I could lay it gently where the window meets the wall, I would set it on the sill and not let it fall. I'm almost there, almost there. The cup is warm and full. I'm almost there, I'm almost here, not chasing, just being pulled. Almost there, almost there. The street is gone soft blue. Almost there, and the quiet is true. Almost there, my breathing finds the beat. Almost there, no need to move my feet. Almost there, the morning's barely grown. Almost there, and I'm already home. Almost there, the morning's barely grown. Almost there, and I'm already home. A car door closes 2 floors down, I hear it land like a hand plays flat upon a quiet drum. I trace the rim of the mug with a finger, and the sound it makes is barely there, a low hum. The neighbor's curtains shift, a shadow crosses through, she doesn't know I'm listening. I don't mind, the day is still a question I don't have to undo. The answer's small, the question's softer than the rind. I think of all the miles I walked to reach this chair, the years of trying to arrive, the keys I almost turned, and now I'm sitting in a draft of morning air. And nothing in this room is mine to have earned. The light moves 1 inch closer to the cup, the steam curls upward like it's learning how to rise. I don't reach for my phone, I don't get up, I just let the room look back at me with eyes. I'm almost there, almost there. The cup is warm and full. I'm almost there, I'm almost here, not chasing, just being pulled. Almost there, the street is gone soft blue. Almost there, and the quiet is true. Almost there, my breathing finds the beat. Almost there, no need to move my feet. Almost there, the morning's barely grown. Almost there, and I'm on. The morning sits in stripes across the wooden floor. My coffee's going cold, but I don't mind anymore. There's a shadow from the curtain moving slow across my hand. A quiet kind of proof that I'm still in the land of the living, of the breathing, of the small and steady things. A neighbor's dog is barking once then silence sinks. I'm counting all the small ones I don't usually name. Like making up the bed, like sleeping through the blame. The street outside is soft and now the cars have learned to wait. The light is turning amber on a stranger that I waved to yesterday. I left my phone inside, I left the list of things undone. I watched a leaf drop slowly just to prove the wind was fun. There's a crack inside my ceiling shaped a little like a river. It reminds me that the building too has learned to bend and shiver. I made some tea, forgot about it, drank it anyway. A little bitter, a little sweet, I'm learning not to pray. I'm not arriving, I'm not leaving either. Just standing in the doorway like the weather. The door is open but I'm not required. Just watching all my plans get gently tired. Almost there, but never quite. The cup is in my hand, the day is in the light. Almost there, but never quite. I let the small things hold me through the night. Almost there, but never quite. A breath in, breath out, the steam is white. Almost there, but never quite. I'm sitting with the silence and the silence holds me right. I opened up a window just to feel the cool come in. The city sounds like distant rain, a hum beneath my skin. I folded up the laundry, I put it in a pile. I smiled at my reflection, stayed there for a while. There's a plant upon the kitchen shelf that's leaning towards the sun. It doesn't know it's growing, just keeps reaching one by one. I wrote a note and threw it out, the paper fell too light. Some things you keep, some things you lose, some things stay in the night. Maybe almost is a place I get to live. Maybe I'm the shadow in the wall, the glow, the open door, the gift. Maybe I was never going anywhere at all. Maybe that's the bravest thing, to stop before the fall. I light a candle just to watch the wax become a pool. A tiny shape of patience that the evening can't undo. And I am here, and here is good, and here is wide enough to hold the almost, hold the never, hold the quiet kind of love. Almost there, but never quite. The windows open wide, the air is warm tonight. Almost there, but never quite. My hands are in my lap, my eyes are on the light. Almost there, but never quite. A slow exhale, a slow inhale, a slow and steady flight. Almost there, almost there. Morning cuts a line across the floor. Steam curls slow from a cup I poured. I haven't moved in a minute or two, letting the room decide what to do. A car outside, then nothing again. The street goes soft like an old friend. I watch my hand on the table stay, learning the weight of an ordinary day. There's a small radio playing low, static between the songs I know. I don't reach for it, I don't need a change. Just breathing out past the edges of the page. Phone face down, a jacket on the chair, a pair of shoes that went nowhere. The light has shifted but I am still here, sitting inside of a gentle unhurried year. If I move slow. If I speak, I let it show. Nothing else to me right now. Just the room, just the quiet, just the how. Almost there, almost there. Not arriving, but I don't care. The window is open, the air is thin, and I am letting the moment in. Almost there, almost there. A breath, a beam, a window, a chair. I'm not lost, I'm not found, I'm just here on steady ground. Almost there, almost there. Almost almost there. A breath, a beam, a window, a chair, and I am almost there. The kettle begins to sing, a small bread time for a simple thing. I rinse the cup, I dry it slow, watching the water decide where to go. Outside a neighbor unlocks the door, hesitant footsteps on the tired floor. We don't wait, but we both know the sound. Two people breathe in the same part of town. Maybe I was chasing a finish line, maybe I was outrunning a sign. But hear the clock barely makes a sound, hear the light doesn't push me around. So I will sit a little more, I will let the quiet open the door. Not arriving, just a loud half a song in a half-lit crowd. Almost there, almost there. Not arriving, but I don't care. The window is open, the air is thin, and I am letting the moment in. Almost there, almost there. A breath, a beam, a window, a chair. I'm not lost, I'm not found, I'm just here on steady ground. Almost there, almost there. Almost there. Soft street, soft room, soft prayer, and I am almost there. The cup is empty, the light is low, the radio hums what it already knows. I'll stay a little, I'll stay a while, let the day go on without my smile. Almost there, breathing slow in the evening air, and I am almost there, almost there. The street outside is learning how to rest. The traffic hum has finally grown thin. I'm sitting by the window doing my best, just tracing where the quiet sets in. My coffee's gone a little cold by now. The steam is gone but I don't mind it. There's no real rush, no need to wonder how. I'm letting all the noise fall behind it. A neighbor's light is blinking soft and slow. A curtain moves but no one is in sight. The hallway clock keeps moving to and fro, ticking like a small and steady light. I pull my sleeve up to my elbow here. I watch the shadows stretch across the floor. The world outside is muffled close and near, and I don't wanna ask for anything more. So I'll just stay, I'll let the evening hold me where I am. I won't run away from the slow and gentle piece of land. It feels okay to be a little less than where I planned. I'll find my way eventually with both feet on the sand. Almost there, almost there, almost there, almost where the morning starts to show. Almost there, almost there, almost there. A little more than yesterday, I know. Almost there, almost there. The light is soft, the air is cool and rare. I'm almost there, I'm almost there. The book I'm reading's lost between the lines. I let my finger hold the page in place. There's something about quiet, simple signs that brings a softer look across my face. A car goes by, a siren far away. A dog barks twice, then settles for the night. I'm holding on to every second stay, not asking for a louder shade of light. I think about the things I left undone, the promises I whispered to the stairs. But nothing in this room is on the run. It moves with me, it listens and it cares. My hands are still, my shoulders start to drop. The ceiling fan is barely making sound. I feel the tiny ordinary stop. The kind of peace has finally been found. Almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there, almost where the morning starts to show. Almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there. A little more than yesterday, I know. Almost there, almost there, almost there. The light is soft, the air is cool and rare. I'm almost there, I'm almost there. Still breathing slow, but I'm almost there, almost there. almost there. The cup is empty, but the room is full. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. The street outside is soft and beautiful, and I'm almost there. Almost there. The kettle clicked off just as the morning came. Steam drifting lazy past the curtain in the frame. A cup of coffee cooling slower than my thoughts. My shadow stretching out across the floor. It caught, I didn't sleep, but I don't feel the weight today. Just this gentle rhythm keeping time my way. The room is humming with a low and amber glow, and I'm almost there. Almost there. I know there's a folder open, but I'm watching dust instead, floating like a question settling in my head. The pen I left on Tuesday is exactly where, just beside the notebook with the half-written prayer. I trace the rim of the cup with the slow fingertip, tasting something patient on the corner of my lip. No one is calling and the phone is lying still. Just me, the light, the moment, and the will to not arrive, to not depart, to feel the whole room like a single heart. I let the moment settle where it may. I let the almost carry me today. Almost there, never quite. Almost there beneath the soft daylight. Almost there, a breath away, but I don't care. Almost there, the cup is warm. Almost there, the quiet forms. Almost there, almost in, almost in the zone. Almost in the air. The neighbor's window throws a stripe across my wall. A lone sentence saying nothing at all. I hear the city starting up in distant tones. A bus, a bicycle, the ringing of a phone. I keep my eyes on the slow moving ceiling fan, half in conversation with an unnamed plant. The chair I'm sitting on remembers every weight, and I'm almost there. I hesitate, I wait. If I arrive, I lose the road of dust, the shadow, the overload. So let me stay in this in-between, where nothing's finished, nothing's clean. A half-poured cup, a half-read line, a half-dreamt thought that's only mine. Almost there is where I live. Almost there is what I give. Almost there, never quite. Almost there beneath the soft daylight. Almost there, a breath away, but I don't care. Almost there, the cup is warm. Almost there, the quiet forms. Almost there, almost in the zone. Almost in the air, yeah, yeah. The street outside is soft and beautiful. The kettle's cooling and the room is full. I turn the page, but I don't write yet. Just sit inside the almost and forget. Almost there, and that's enough for now, I swear. The morning comes in slow through half-closed blinds. Dust is turning gently in the air. I keep my coffee warm against my palms, a small ritual I never have to share. My phone face down, the curtains barely move. Outside the world is waking, but not me. I'm in the in-between, the softer room, where nothing asks me who I'm trying to be. There's laundry on the chair, I folded twice. A book unmarked with someone's grocery list. The fridge hums low, familiar and kind. The soundtrack for the hours I resist. I trace the handle of a mug on cold, and notice how the light has changed again. Not lost, not found, just somewhere in the fold. A quiet citizen of nowhere. I keep my shoulders soft, I let the traffic fade. Some days are made for almost, some are simply made. I'll breathe until the room remembers me, and every breath is all the proof I need. Almost there, never quite, but I'm breathing in the light. Not arriving, not undone, just a body in the sun. Almost there, never quite, warmth against the night. I don't need a finish line, I just need to feel fine. Almost almost there, and that's enough for now, I swear. Almost there, almost there. Almost there, almost there. The neighbor's dog is barking at the rain. A leaf sticks to the window pane like art. I count my blessings by the ordinary. The way the faucet drips, the way it starts. There's no grand revelation waiting here. No hidden code inside the afternoon. Just me in socks with tangled unbrushed hair, admiring how the dust becomes the moon. If someone asked me where I'm headed to, I'd smile and say I'm halfway up the stairs. If someone asked me what I'm waiting for, I'd answer with the stillness in the air. I'm not behind, I'm not ahead, I'm just a breath that hasn't left yet. A page I'm writing slowly in my head, a candle with no urgent thread. Almost there, never quite, but I'm breathing in the light. Not arriving, not undone, just a body in the sun. Almost there, never quite, holding warmth against the night. I don't need a finish line, I just need to feel fine. Almost there, and that's enough for now, I swear. Almost there, almost there. Almost there. So let the kettle whistle soft and low. Let evening come without a single sound. I'll sit here in the almost, and I'll know that almost is the holiest ground. Almost there, almost there. Just sit inside the almost and forget. Almost there. The cup is warm, the light is soft, no regret. The window holds a stripe of afternoon, a thin gold line that settles on the floor. I watch it move across the wooden board, so slow it feels like time forgot to run. My hands are folded loosely in my lap, no phone to check, no message to retrieve. The kettle ticks behind me, cooling down, and nothing here is asking me to leave. A neighbor walks below with grocery bags. The plastic crinkles like a whispered song. She pauses at the corner looking up, maybe sensing someone watching from above. I lift my hand in greeting, nothing more. She nods and lets her groceries swing again. The street has gone so soft it barely breathes. A watercolor painted out in pale gray ink. I take a breath, the kind that fills the ribs, then lets the shoulders settle where they fall. No destination pulling at my sleeve, no urgency, no schedule on the wall. Just this small room, this light, this wooden chair, this ordinary moment, clean and clear. Almost there, never quite, and that's alright. We keep on moving close but not arrived. Almost there, never quite. The light is kind, it draws a line for us to walk beside. Almost there, almost there. The warmth is real, the rest is in the air. Almost there, almost there. The cup is warm, the light is soft. No rush, no glare. The pages of a book I never read sit stacked beside the lamp like patient stones. A pen rolled off the desk and fell on the floor. It rested there, untouched for days on end. I pick it up and hold it, weighted plain. It feels like holding someone's quiet thought. The afternoon has shifted into dust. The stripe of gold has turned a deeper blue. There is a kind of peace in almost lands, in thresholds we don't cross, in roads half drawn. We learn the names of things we nearly hold. The almost touch, the almost known, the warm. Maybe the destination isn't there. Maybe the walking was the point, the whole. Maybe to be almost is to arrive, a softer way of letting moments land. Almost there, never quite, and that's alright. We keep on moving close but not arrived. Almost there, never quite. The light is kind, it draws a line for us to walk beside. Almost there, almost there. The warmth is real, the rest is in the air. Almost there, almost almost there. The cup is warm, the light is soft. No rush, no glare, no glare. Oh, the lamp clicks on, the room exhales again. Outside, the street falls gently into night. I sit a moment longer, then I rise. Not going anywhere, just stepping light. Almost there, almost there. The almost is a place that feels alright. Almost there, almost there. The almost is a place that feels alright. The lamp beside the window leans a little to the left. T-shirt folded, still warm on the back of the chair. I count the dust that floats inside a bar of morning sun. Small reminders I am here and breathing in this air. The kettle hums a tune I've heard 100 times before. My tea gets cold, then warm, then cold, then warm again. I press my thumb against the rim and feel the ceramic ring. A tiny sound that holds the room together when it's thin. A neighbor walks her dog across the street at 8:30. She nods, I nod, we let the morning carry us along. The radio is on below, a voice I half recognize. It sings of places I've not been, but loved inside a song. I trace a crack along the ceiling with my idle eyes. It leads from one forgotten corner to a corner I have known. There's nothing wrong, there's nothing fixed, there's nothing to explain. Just hours turning gently into hours on their own. I'm not in any hurry to be somewhere new. I'm not chasing shadows that the afternoon threw. If the world keeps spinning, I'll spin a little too. At the pace my coffee cools and my thoughts are due. Almost there, never quite, but I don't mind the ride. A breath, a step, a half-remembered lullaby. Almost there, never quite, with my shoes untied, watching how the daylight folds into the sky. Almost there, never quite, and the road is wide. Almost there, never quite, and so am I. Yeah. A postcard from October sits behind a paperweight. The handwriting is fading, but the message still gets through. It says, I hope the winter finds you somewhere warm and slow. And I am somewhere warm and slow, so I read it through. The fridge begins to hum a sleepy motor song. The clock above the doorway marks another quiet beat. I'm learning how to love the in-between, the not yet here. The gentle art of sitting in and almost complete. Hey. If I arrive tomorrow, I will greet it like a friend. If I arrive much later, I will wait without regret. The map is folded in my pocket, edges soft and bent, and every line I've walked before I haven't finished yet. So let the traffic pass outside like rain against the glass. Let the minutes stack themselves in piles of golden gray. I'm not lost, I'm not behind, I'm simply taking in the ordinary miracle of an unhurried day. Almost there, never quite, but the view is kind of breath of beat. A doorway open to the breeze. Almost there, never quite, with an easy mind, tracing all the reasons that I'm finally at peace. Almost there, never quite, leaving doubts behind. Almost there, never quite, almost there, never quite. Hey. The lamp leans left, the kettle sighs. The dust keeps drifting slow. My tea is warm again. My tea is warm again. I'm not going anywhere, I'm letting it